So my name's Ryan Pfeiffer, and I am the lieutenant on C Shift Engine 2. It means that I'm an operational firefighter, and I supervise an engine company of 3 firefighters in all manners of emergency responses anywhere in and around Fort Lupton. Here in Fort Lupton, I've been in the fire department for 5 years. Spanning back, I first got involved in the fire service in 2007, and I've started off doing a lot of volunteer work in fire and EMS. And then actually around the time I was getting out of the military, decided that instead of just being a volunteer, I wanted to make it my full-time career, and that's how I got to be a full-time firefighter and how I came to be here in Fort Lupton. I served in the Air Force. I completed Air Force ROTC at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Daytona Beach, Florida. I was in that program from 2010 to 2014, and then I served on active duty as an Air Force intelligence officer from 2014 to 2018. Great experience. You know, the military, the amount of leadership training and the experiences you get to have and world travel and all that is really second to none. It's just an incredible opportunity. As an intelligence officer, my assignment, I was actually assigned to Air Mobility Command headquarters, which means that I was working at the headquarters assignments for the commanders that direct all cargo aircraft in the United States Air Force. So your C-130s, C-17s, C-5s, your refuelers like the KC-135, as well as executive airlift. So you're up to and including Air Force One. All falls under the purview of Air Mobility Command. And so it's really a unique assignment because, you know, compared to other aircraft in the Air Force, your fighter aircraft and your bombers, typically your fighters and your bombers take off from one location, they fly their mission, and then they return to the same base, which oftentimes is a relatively safe location. A lot of the fighters during the Middle East were taking off from Italy or onboard aircraft carriers and that sort of thing. Some of our long-range strike bombers could even take off from the United States, fly their mission, and then return to the United States in the same mission. Cargo aircraft are really different from that. Cargo aircraft take off and land in all sorts of austere locations, not only for combat operations, but also for humanitarian operations. So a lot of times the cargo aircraft are landing at what by our American standards would be very unsafe, unsecured, in some ways dangerous airfields all over the world. And so as an intelligence officer, it was my responsibility and my team's responsibility to analyze the airfields that our cargo aircraft would be landing at and make a determination if it was safe and make recommendations to the senior leaders if it was safe to fly those missions and land in those locations. Personally, Veterans Day, you know, it's a great holiday. It's really an opportunity to reflect on service and to remember to think about, you know, your buddies, the people you used to serve with, and think about the things you did together, the things you accomplished together, and you know, it's a great excuse to reach out to them and that sort of thing. So, you know, a lot of times Veterans Day, I don't want to say it gets a bad rap among veterans, but you know, it becomes, you know, there's the stereotypes of the thank yous and the free meals and everything like that. And obviously, it's not about that. None of us did what we did for those reasons. But at the same time, that's also a cool aspect of Veterans Day because not all veterans got to experience that, you know, especially our Vietnam era veterans who may not have had such a warm welcome coming home. Veterans Day is also a great opportunity to recognize them and just to celebrate being a veteran.